just realize.
Okay, the first thing that we'll have to cover today, having 400% is fine. I write
800 or 400?
800. I'll write and you can adjust your accordingly. Okay. Uh,
I
Marketing
mean, I don't have split
objectives.
screen right now, so it'll be fine.
Marketing objectives. How would you define marketing objectives, and what would a business's usual marketing objectives be?
Marketing objectives are is to create the biggest and the most talking points that people will share on social media, so you can get even more advertising.
Mm, how would you define marketing objectives?
Marketing objectives that are for marketing.
Okay,
That's all I
so
know.
for marketing objectives, we say objectives, it's simple. These are the goals that a business have with regards to anything. So these are
Just advertise, right? I don't know.
marketing is more than advertising. The thing is that people usually confuse between marketing and advertising, because advertising is the apparent or the large part of marketing.
Uh-huh.
We would soon see there is a thing called marketing mix. So marketing mix is that marketing mix is basically four P's of marketing. So these four P's are product, price,
Product, price,
place,
place,
and promotion.
promotion.
Promotion. So advertising comes over here in promotion. It's a part of promotion.
Uh-huh.
So there is a lot more other than just the advertising part to marketing.
Place, what does place mean?
Place would mean where would you have your product available and how would you make decisions around that.
Okay.
Product is what sort of product would you have, and that's the thing maybe that we'd begin. So coming back to marketing, this was all to clear your confusion that advertising, it's not synonymous with marketing. Marketing is a lot more than advertising itself. One thing. The other thing is coming back to the definition of marketing objectives. So marketing objectives are the goals of the businesses which have to do with the marketing activity or the marketing function of the organization. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so the first thing that we will usual marketing objectives, they are, if you could give me any examples.
Um, I don't know. Create a
So
buzz.
it could be increase your market share,
Okay.
increase market share. What else?
I have no idea.
Increase revenue, and then building a brand. Okay, so these are all different types of objectives that a business might have with regards to advertising. Uh, Again, your book is given in a very random order. Uh, the first thing, if I begin with regards to marketing mix, so I told you that marketing mix, it's four P's of marketing. So the first thing
Right.
that we have is product. Product of a business. It could be a tangible or intangible one. If it's tangible, we call these goods, and if it's intangible, we call this product a service.
Uh,
Intangible. And then there are features, for example, tangible goods you can store, intangible goods you cannot store.
right.
Okay, so you can have the whole supply chain of wholesaler, producer, wholesaler, retailer, and then getting to consumer for tangible goods. but it can't be for intangible services. They have to be dispensed and right from the producer. They have to be there. They are consumed by the consumer. So you don't have that entire supply chain for these products, for these
Uh,
intangible products or services. The topic which is mentioned next in your book is a thing called product life cycle. Product life cycle. So product life cycle is that every product, it goes through certain phases over its life, and we'll see how. So product life cycle is from the time the product is developed, from the time product is developed or conceived to the time it ceases to exist.
okay.
Okay, so the first stage in any product, and we can draw it with, so for example, here on x-axis, y-axis, let me take sales, and on x-axis let me take um, time. Mm, time. So the first stage is what would be the first stage in the life cycle of the product?
Uh, just the start, so nothing.
So it would be research and development.
You, is this profit or
On y-axis I've got sales.
sales?
Hmm.
So it would be zero, though, right?
So during this time, the research phase, sales would be zero. This is the first phase of the product. There would be no
Uh-huh.
sales. Okay. Then, so during research and development, we know we would be conducting a lot of experiments, and we would be seeing different variants of the products which could occur. By the way, there is a separate topic on product development as well. I'll see if that those details come in your syllabus. I'll share with you. Otherwise, how do you think a product is developed?
Research.
Research. I mean, could you give me phases or steps that you'd, for example, if you had to develop a product, what stages would you go through? What research would you do?
First, depend on the type of product. So, if it's something scientific or anything that's needed,
Hmm,
I think safety measures, safety precautions, and stuff,
hmm.
tests.
So usually we develop a product. The idea, it begins with an idea, and the idea is to solve a certain consumer problem. So for that, we could have our own research, or we could have market research that this consumer problem it exists. And every product that is out there, the products that are successful, they are built around some problems that they solve for consumers. So think of any
Mhm.
product, and this is what we will see. So for example, this term that we mentioned over here, that marketing, we see it with the lens of 4 P's. We will again later on learn that we can also look at it with the lens of 4 C's. So 4 C's are what? 4 P's, these are all different things which a business sees. So product is what a business is making, a price is what the business is setting. So from the customer's angle, from customer's
Uh-huh.
angle, uh, these four
Customer.
these 4 P's are converted into 4 C's. So first of all, it's promotion is communication. Whatever you say that you're doing to promote your business or your product, that is communication with business. Place is convenience. Price is cost. What you're charging as price is cost to the customer. And this product is customer solution. So you are providing some solution to an existing customer, to customers some existing problem. If your product does
Uh-huh.
not solve any problem for any customer, they would never buy.
Right.
We all make our buying decisions because, for example, food, it solves my problem of hunger. education, maybe it solves my problem of future growth in terms of establishing myself in the workplace or something. uh, Bed I buy because it solves my problem of provides me convenience while sleeping and that sort of thing. So every product, each and every product, it's designed to solve a particular problem. Okay,
Mhm.
so that in mind, with that in mind, when we are doing research and development, we have to think about different ideas. So the product, it starts with an idea what problem that we are trying to solve for our customers. Then uh, we'll look at different ways through which that problem can be solved. And the next thing we'll do is we'll perhaps look at how we can, using our resources, define or design a solution to that problem. uh,
Uh-huh.
then maybe we will build some prototypes. We will test those prototypes, they'll be improved again, building. So that improvement and building, that goes on for some time. And then we will do test marketing. Then we will do test marketing before fully launching the product. So
Mhm.
that could come in the phase of introduction. That test marketing, it could come in the phase of introduction. So in introduction, you launch the product, but you make it available in a few places. It's not abundantly available in the market. It's just to get customers feedback, how do they see. And the other thing is that till now you have seen the product work in lab. How would it actually play out in the real life? That is what you need to test. So in this particular phase, the sales, it will grow a bit but not as much. So this, from this point to this point, maybe it is introduction stage. And if
Mhm.
you, and we have seen that with the passage of time, the sales, it grows a bit. uh, if the introduction stage, it gives me a good introduction stage, gives me good customer feedback, then I will try to make the product available at a larger scale in the market. And that is when I will hit the growth phase. So I will have the product abundantly available in the market. Maybe I'll be doing a lot of advertisement expenditure. I'll have to give incentives to different, uh, depending on supply chain wholesalers or retailers, to for example, have the product displayed at their particular shops, at their particular outlets. um, I would try to maybe use penetration marketing, sorry, penetration pricing,
Horizontal.
or price skimming. So with, when we study pricing, we will see that there are two kinds of strategies that a business can use to for example, enter a market. So when you are to enter a market, either what you can do is, the first strategy is penetration pricing. So you try to offer price which is lower than that of similar products being offered by competitors, in order to gain your footing in the market. And once you've got your foothold, then you slightly increase the price bit by bit, depending
One
on,
plus.
whether you wish to. So OnePlus follows that strategy.
Yeah.
Okay. The other strategy is called price skimming. So price skimming is, you launch the product, and then the product is offered at the maximum price. So you have done your research and you see what's the maximum price that people are willing to buy this product for. You sell it at that price, and once all those people have bought, then you slightly reduce the price for the
Sir,
next
are you
few.
saying price scamming or
Skimming, skimming,
skimming?
the
Okay.
same thing as for skimmed milk.
Okay, okay. Skimming.
So as we say, like you've got cream on top of the milk and you try to skim it off. So that's what they're trying to do. They're
Okay.
selling each individual person at the maximum price that person is willing to buy it,
Right.
at. Okay, so that would be, the depending on the business, they'll choose either this pricing or that pricing. And then again, we'll study in more depth in pricing which business would use which particular type of pricing. I mean, when it suits to have penetration pricing, and when it suits to have your product priced as price skimming, to follow that strategy. Okay, so with growth, your sales, it would increase rapidly for some time, and then after some time it would taper off. So this is the third stage. So at this time it tapers off. So the reason it tapers off now is, why would it stop to increase? Just
Because now it's reached its peak.
what peak?
Uh, it's maturity.
Maturity. Why would it reach? I mean, we call this phase maturity when over the period of time when previously sales was increasing, but now it has stopped to increase, and there isn't much increase to it. It's sort of stabilized. So when would that? Why would that happen? So it could be that.
Because it's
Hmm,
the maximum, like, uh, of the three C's, it's reached the maximum point.
hmm. So maybe all the people
Availability.
who were there in the market to buy this product, they have
Are
all
buying it.
bought either
Yeah.
from you or from one of your competitors. So the market share, it's now redistributed. When you were in the growth stage, either you were acquiring new customers or you
Mhm.
were gaining customers from your competitors. So your competitors were losing. So when you enter this maturity stage, or your product enters this maturity stage of the life cycle, it looks like that the market shift which was happening, or the turbulence in the market which was caused by the introduction of this product, that has now settled. People who wish to buy from your competitor or from you, they have now decided, and the sales have become stabilized. Did you get this thing?
So all P, that's
All people, all people,
all people. Then what?
all people who wished to buy this product either from you or from your competitor, they have made their decision,
Yeah. Okay.
and the turbulence that was caused by introduction of the product, that is now settled.
Ah,
Okay.
got it.
uh,
Got it.
the next thing is that what sort of marketing strategy the business would follow in the maturity stage. It would be that they would focus in growth stage, they would incentivize people to buy more. In this maturity stage, they will make people.
Updates.
Hmm?
Upgrades. Updates.
Upgrades, one thing. With regards to pricing, or with regards to retain, they'd focus on retaining this customer base. So
Mhm.
they'd be telling
Loyalty.
them that they're part of this premium group, or our network or family, or whatever term that businesses use. uh,
Apple family.
so they'd try to retain customers with some they'll try to convince them that they are part of this prestigious thing, this prestigious group of people who use this particular product. All right.
Uh-huh.
And when for different products, this thing would last for different amounts of time. So whenever, for however long it lasts, then a product, it would enter the decline stage.
Okay.
That happens for all businesses. So for example, think of any product, and let's see if they've entered
Nokia.
the decline stage or not. Or for example, this Facebook and WhatsApp, is it in
Nokia.
is it in growth phase or maturity
Maturity.
or
I mean, I'd
introduction?
say Facebook is in decline, but
Hmm.
this thing is in
The
growth.
decline would be that their revenues are declining.
Yeah.
The revenues as of now don't seem to be declining that much. I mean, a slight bit variation, yes, happens from season to season, but that rapid decline that the product ceases to
It's
exist, or
because only old people use Facebook and old people are dying. Just use your brains.
okay. So these technology companies, they have got, again, it varies from business to business. For some businesses, this life cycle is very extended. So we have got businesses which are 100 years old or more than 100 years old. For example, Harley Davidson. Okay, I was listening to
Uh-huh.
a podcast the other day. It's more than 100 years old company, and
Ford, you could have said, but okay.
maybe Ford. I didn't know the exact date of introduction
Ferrari,
of
you could have
Ford.
said, but okay.
Ferrari is in decline or is in maturity or growth?
That only God knows.
Hmm. Hmm. So, and Facebook and these, for example, Yahoo and Hotmail, they came into scene around 1990s, and they've already in their decline stage, right?
Yeah.
If they if they even exist. So these technology it depends from business to business. Some businesses, they have really long product life cycles. Some businesses, usually tech based businesses, they have short life cycles.
Right.
Okay. So when a business it enters this this decline phase, the management it faces two choices. Either it can let the product decline and fade away. The other uh, possible response is to do something which is called product life cycle extension strategies. Life
Mm-hmm.
cycle extension strategies. So what would happen if you apply those strategies? The sales which was declining, it would again, I mean, we reinvigorated and it would again reach maturity and retain maturity for some time. After which it might start declining again. At which point you might again use product lifecycle extension strategies and so on. So these product lifecycle extension strategies, they are usually based on the fact that you want to re for example, in the among your customer base, you want to re-excite them to buy this product.
Uh-huh.
So what sort of strategies a business might adopt to or what sort of things a business might do which would be classified as product lifecycle extension strategies?
FIFA 21 to FIFA 22. Change the number from 21 to 22.
Life cycle extension
Telling you, just
strategies.
change number.
Hmm. So that's option one. So the first option is that maybe you should change the number. You might say update product or introduce a new variant. Update product, update product slash new variant. What else can a business do?
Um, they can do that, or I don't know what I can do.
So they can, for example, one way is to offer a new variant. One way is to slightly mold their product.
Meaning?
Uh, Offer a similar product maybe, so mobile phone to tablet switching, or tablet to mobile phone, or a tablet to book reader or something like that.
Mhm.
Mold your product so that it's no longer the same product, it's a substitute, for example.
Mhm.
Okay. Then another thing that businesses they might do, it's called extending the product range.
Mhm.
So previously, these chargers and bricks and wires, they were not a separate product. Now they have become a separate product.
Indeed.
Okay, so that's one way. Uh, they didn't exactly reach the decline stage, so for them to do this life cycle extension strategies, but maybe they were foreseeing it or something.
Who?
Apple.
They weren't forcing it. They're just very smart. They're just reusing and because see the reason that this iPhone 12 and all it's fact is because it creates nostalgia for the customers that were using iPhone 5, iPhone 4,
Hmm,
and you just give it some time, they'll go back to the thinner
hmm,
iPhones,
hmm.
giving nostalgia of iPhone 8, iPhone 9.
Hmm. Hmm. So
It's
that's the
just
thing. The businesses they keep on changing the product. The products nowadays
and the
are
other thing
too
is
disposable. Hmm.
the headphone jack, right?
Hmm.
They removed it, and so they created this whole wireless headphone thing, and now it's just a trend. Now everyone has wireless headphones.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
70% of people.
Hmm.
Just
Hmm. Hmm. So the business for life cycle extension strategies, one thing is that they can modify their product. The other thing is that they can modify their marketing strategy or promotion. So, what can they do along the lines of promotion to extend the life cycle of the product?
uh, offers, discounts,
So,
loyalty
one thing they
bonus.
can do is find new uses for the product.
Like
So, for example, you can use your mobile phone as a paperweight. No. What else? What else? For example, if a business it really they give a good screen experience, their mobile maybe they can pivot around marketing their devices as book readers.
Uh-huh.
That could be one example.
Connected to a trend.
Uh, Connect it to a trend.
Ongoing trend, like
Hmm.
how fidget spinners were a trend,
Hmm.
and for phone cover companies started creating covers that had
Hmm.
things for fidgeting with.
Hmm. Hmm.
uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
they blew up.
Good. Good example. So, new advertising or promotion, it would be in that uh, pivoting around a trend. Another thing a business might do is find new markets. That's something that could help them restabilize their declining market. Anything else?
What I just said, what would that be called?
That would be covered in marketing or promotion strategies.
Okay.
That would be covered in marketing or promotion strategies to, uh, I mean, reignite interest of customers by
Right.
attaching it to a trend.
Right.
Hmm. Their marketing strategy it would largely be built around a frequent use of the product. So they'd be encouraging people to use their product more often. Okay,
Right.
this. Then we have got a thing called Boston Matrix. Are you aware of that?
Yeah,
Okay, so what's Boston or BCG Matrix?
I lied. No, Boston Matrix is the one with the dogs and this thing and the question marks, or is it the other one?
It's the same one.
Okay, I'll draw it.
I will draw it, but if you could just tell me what it is.
New and existing left and uh, on top.
Hmm.
It's product and market. Product on top, market in the left,
Hmm.
and the bottom it's cash cow. Bottom left, it's
Hmm.
cash cow. Bottom right, it is what is it? What is it? I forgot. Dog. Bottom right, it's a dog, and top right, it's question mark, and top left, it's stars.
Okay.
Is it good to remember it?
Is it good to remember it? I don't know what you mean by that.
I remember it.
You must, you should, but
Okay.
not. Uh, okay. So, for example, I say markets on x-axis, it could be drawn anyway, but let's say we do it this way. So, we have got markets, and we have got markets, and the other thing is
Business? Hello.
market
Hello.
share and market growth. So, we say market share and market growth. So, what's our market share in a particular market for a product, and what's the market growth?
New and existing.
Market growth. Okay, so for this, we could have a product in which our market share is low as well as
Uh-huh.
the market is not growing.
Uh-huh.
There could be a product in which market is growing but our share is low.
Mm-hmm.
There could be a product in which both market is growing and our share is high, and there could be a product in which
It's all useless.
market growth is less but market share is a lot.
Isn't it supposed to be that on the left and that on the right?
You can draw it in whatever way, but all you need to remember is that for a product in which your market share is low as well as the market is not growing, these are called dogs.
The right one is cash cows. Above that is stars. To the left of it, above dogs, is question mark.
Excellent. uh, Question mark or problem child, and the fourth one is star. Now the question is, what particular strategy a business should have for cash cows, for dogs, for question marks, and for stars?
Alright.
Hmm. And you'll answer that question.
What? Okay. So for dogs, it's growth. Market growth.
For dogs, the advised strategy is that you divest.
Die what?
Divest. Inverse of invest. Discard this product.
Why would you divest?
Neither your market share is high, nor the market is growing. So this thing
Yeah,
is
but
just
what if your
draining your
product is
resource.
new?
So the market must have been growing. There must have been potential of market growth.
Mm, how long would you give?
It depends on business to business. Depends on industry to industry.
Okay.
If your market share is not growing and the market itself is also not growing, then it's a dog. And the advice strategy for dogs is to divest because it is just draining on your resources.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay. The exact opposite of dogs is stars, where the market share is high as well as the market is growing. So the advised strategy is to invest more in it. So put a lot of money into it, do proper marketing and everything, and eventually this star, it would convert into cash
Cash
cows.
cow.
There would come a
Nice.
time when the market growth stops. You want to be in that particular position, in a stage where you have accumulated a lot of market share.
Alright.
Okay. What do you do with cash cows?
You milk them as much as you can.
And how would a business milk them? Correct.
Uh, business would. What do you mean? How would a business do
So
that?
these are the products which are maybe in the maturity stage. Stars are in the growth stage. These
Uh-huh.
cash cows, if I map them on the product life cycle analysis, these would be in the maturity stage. So I need to do whatever I did for maturity stage over there. I need to carry out a minimal marketing expenditure. I need to carry out, for example, customer loyalty programs, make customers believe that they're part of something prestigious, make them keep buying the product, and let sales not decline.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The thing is that sometimes stars, they would convert into question mark. So question mark is that market is growing, but your share is quite low. So what to do? Should you invest more and hope that eventually your share would increase and it would turn into a star? Or would it be that it would eventually turn into a dog? You don't know.
Yes.
Okay, so that is why it get its name question mark, because you do not know if it would convert into a star or a dog. Hence it's confusing. There isn't a well laid out plan what you should do with question marks. It depends on business to business. If they foresee it becoming a star, maybe they should invest in more. If they foresee it becoming a dog, they should let it become a dog and then follow the strategy of what they do with dogs.
Uh-huh. Kill.
Oh,
Wait. No.
okay. Uh, this. Okay. So product price place and promotion. Hmm. Product we have discussed how consumers. So again, this order, the way in which this information is given in your book is so confusing. So now they give the concept of marketing mix, which they should have given at the start. Uh, so for product, we are looking for how consumers they use the product, what the product would appear like, what's the product life cycle, and there is a thing called USP, unique selling point. Unique selling point is what distinguishes your product from the similar products being offered by the competitors.
Right.
Okay, price would be how you price your product. Places, the places where your product would be available, or what would be the convenient locations for your business, for your customer. Okay, with regards to place, a business has to see two things. One, it should be close enough to suppliers so that the transportation cost for raw material that is reduced and the cost of producing product is low.
Right.
And the other thing they have to see is that they are situated close enough to the customers so that it's convenient for customers to buy. Usually the
Uh-huh.
second choice it wins. I mean, the second factor is more of a decisive factor as compared to the first one. You need to place your business close to wherever your production process may be. At least the selling place, it should be where ideally your competitors are located, or even better where your customers are located. And usually if
Uh-huh.
you know where your customers are located, your competitors would also know and they would also be situated in that place. Okay.
Uh-huh.
uh, for promotion, hmm, for promotion you have got two broad strategies. One is called mass marketing, the other is called niche marketing.
Uh-huh.
For promotion, let's see. uh, we have got mass marketing versus niche marketing. What would be the advantage and disadvantage of each of them?
Mass marketing and
Niche marketing.
so mass marketing advantage would be that more people would see it, more people would be interested in it,
So what would be the advantage?
more sales.
High volume of sales. Okay.
Okay. Niche marketing, people will realize that there is a need for it. Or
You could offer specialized products. There is more room to offer specialized products in niche market.
yeah.
Since this mass market, you have to sell a product to a large volume of to a large number of people. The product would be more generic in nature.
Uh-huh.
You can't offer a specialized product, I mean tailored to need of each particular segment of the market. That would then fall in niche marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else?
But Panadol, it's high.
Panadol itself is a mass marketing product, right? A generic painkiller, paracetamol.
Yeah. Headache, Panadol, like pain, Panadol. You're dying, Panadol.
Hmm. So my wife, she got her tooth removed, I mean, a couple of days back, and then the dentist, he wrote advised one
Panadol.
painkiller, and with it he said if it doesn't work, Panadol.
Nice.
Okay, what else? So mass marketing, since you're going for larger volumes, it would likely give you benefits of economies of scale.
Gain economies of scale. Gain.
Hmm. So you would have economies of scale. Anything for mass marketing, the risk of product failure is lowered.
Mhm.
Risk of product failure is reduced since you are selling to a large number of customers.
Uh-huh.
At least someone would buy.
Someone.
the risk of product failing, because in niche marketing you're depending on a very small segment of market for your sales. If that particular segment for some reason it chooses not to buy from you, then you're in big trouble.
Ah, I see.
But for niche marketing, maybe it offers room
For niche marketing, doesn't the place also matter?
room for
Because
small.
there are certain places when you're putting ads, those ads are available in certain places, and certain places, for example, they have a higher age range. So for old people, there will be
Hmm.
more advertising about medicines or retirement plans or blah blah blah.
I didn't get
So
it.
that place.
Again. For niche
Uh,
marketing.
for niche marketing, like retirement plans, for example, right? That's a niche marketing thing, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So that would the place matter, like where they advertise it.
Hmm. Hmm.
You,
So, since you're niche marketing, you have to see that you're choosing a segment of market which is like a thing not for everyone. So, the next thing that you have to see, how scattered is your market.
uh-huh,
This particular niche that you're trying to sell to, how scattered is it? And obviously, the less scattered it is, the more easy for you,
better.
because you would have less supply chain concerns to deal with. But
Uh-huh.
it's something beyond it. But this is something that they would look into while launching a business in niche marketing.
Right, right.
So if we think about the four P's of marketing, so the four P's of marketing, how do they, for example, product. In mass marketing, the product would be generic.
Uh-huh.
Product is generic, and here the product would be specialized.
Uh-huh.
The next P is price. So for mass marketing, uh, the price would likely be low or in the lower range, since you have got mass marketing and more competition. In niche marketing, you have got more room to charge higher prices, relatively
Right,
higher.
right,
Okay.
right,
Product,
right,
price, place. uh, Again, place. Also, with regards to price, you can mention the point of economies of scale. Economies of scale would in some way compensate for these low prices that you have to sell your product at. So price is low, but in turn the costs are also expected to be low. Hmm.
uh-huh.
So with regards to mass marketing, usually it's you could start your business anywhere, or it would be like a large geographical area. And for niche marketing, it has to be either a pocket of the large area or maybe scattered pockets. Depends.
Large geographical. Uh,
Okay. And what about promotion?
promotion more for mass marketing.
Also for mass marketing, maybe you would have more outlets. If, for example,
Mm,
you are to cover a large geographical area, you would perhaps need to open more outlets in different locations. Whereas for niche marketing, maybe just one or a few would suffice.
right.
Okay. Promotion. First of all, since you can't compete much on price, you would rely a lot on promotion in order to gain your market share in mass marketing. So there would be more competition over here. That is one thing. Uh, the Because a specialized product, it can simply stand out by being a different. It's catering to a very specific need. So it
Right.
doesn't need to stand out a lot in terms of promotion.
Right.
Okay, but again, uh, average promotional costs, they would be lower for mass marketing and they would be higher for niche marketing. So for niche marketing, your marketing efforts will be more targeted. Since you are selling to a specific segment of people, you would have to make more targeted marketing efforts.
Okay.
What convinces that particular group of people to uh, get engaged with your business? Okay, higher prices can be charged over here. Anything else? Anything else? Let's take Isha break. Let's take Isha break. Then I'll be back
Uh-huh.
and we'll resume. Okay.
Okay. How long today's class?
I'll count it 1 hour. I'll do till 8, till 7.
Okay.
Okay. No matter what time, I'll count it 1 hour.
Okay.
you there? Your mic is muted. Are you there?
Hello, sir. You're back.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, there are just two things more that I want to finish in this part, or rather, three things that I want to cover in this chapter further. The first is this link of cash flow to this product life cycle. So, in your
Uh-huh.
product life cycle, when you are in the research and development phase, for sure, your cash flows would be negative, net cash flows, since
Uh-huh.
it would just involve outflow of money and there isn't any sales yet to make your cash flow positive.
Uh-huh.
Uh, in the growth stage as well, the expenses they would exceed the inflow, since you have to
Uh-huh.
do advertisement, you have to do initial registration of the product with authorities, copyright, maybe for example, the product that you have to make the initial inventory made available in the market before the sales actually starts. So all this would result in negative cash flow. And
Uh-huh.
sometime during the growth stage, your cash flows, your net cash flows, that become positive, and then they'd move according to whether the product it stays in the maturity stage and then it declines, so they decline. So there onwards they would move with the sales. It wouldn't be that they would be equal to sales, it would be that they would move in line with sales. once they hit positive, right?
Meaning?
For example, if sales is growing, once cash flows they become positive. If sales grows, cash flow grows. If sales stabilizes, cash flow stabilize. And if sales declines, cash flows decline.
Okay.
Got it?
Right.
Okay. The other thing that I have to discuss is this. So there are two types of marketing strategies. There are a number of ways we can. One way is, what's that called? Over the line, below the line. The other way they use the terms that they distinguish, the way they distinguish in your book is inbound marketing strategies and outbound marketing strategies. So outbound marketing strategies involve sending your message to the customer. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so for example, you go for email marketing, you go for what's that called, direct mail marketing, you go for cold calls,
Uh-huh.
sponsorship, advertisements, target advertisements. These are all outbound marketing strategies.
Uh-huh.
Inbound marketing strategies are, uh, you in you attract customers to websites or to places where they are looking for suppliers or where they're looking for the product, and uh, you sort of move them to the place where the product is available. Outbound is getting your message across to the customers,
Mm-hmm.
involving strategies which involve moving your message across to the customers. Inbound is having them move to the place where the suppliers are available. So for example, blogging, social media marketing, for example, social media marketing in the sense that you develop a following on the social media, Twitter,
Uh-huh.
Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever. Then search engine optimization.
What
Uh,
is all this?
these are all inbound,
Okay.
inbound marketing strategies. And shall I write these strategies with examples?
Yes,
So, for
please.
example, over here we have got blogging, um, social media following.
But that's for inbound.
Oh, I wrote inbound. In your book, inbound is written afterwards, so my bad. I'll
Uh,
just adjust it. Mm, so over here we'll have blogging, search engine optimization for website, social media following. What else? I will have
I have no control. No
over
control. Okay, you can move your whatever you wrote. You know that, right? Can you just
hmm,
move it up?
move what up? This examples
Yeah, the examples.
up what?
Little more up.
Okay,
Not so close.
okay. 1 second. Um, better.
Yes.
Okay, social media following, search engine optimization, free ebooks, uh, informative videos, targeted email marketing. Why have they mentioned targeted email marketing over here? Okay, if you send personalized emails.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, personalized emails. And for outbound, what do I have? For outbound, I have email, cold calls, we have got sponsorship,
Mm-hmm.
you have got targeted ads. What else? Publications, trade shows.
Mm-hmm.
Direct mail. All right. The last topic in this particular chapter is the last topic in this particular chapter is a good question, which is how do you establish or how do you develop customer loyalty?
Okay.
Hmm. How to do that?
Loyalty scheme. So, like, if you are a customer for this much time, or
So you
you will receive this much. Yeah.
incentivize loyalty. Okay. Uh, hmm. So, for example, the thing that you mentioned is customer incentives.
Yes.
What else?
Um,
Before you get to even incentives, how what's
Branding.
uh,
Good branding. Just prestige.
prestige, or that could be covered in a broader term communication.
Huh? No, that's not the same thing.
So, how do you communicate the message of your product?
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
Okay. Use communications would be there. I'd explain this a bit. It's different. So you said branding. I'll add branding. Communication is different. Branding.
Indeed.
Okay. So communication is that the more you are engaged in communication with people, and not exactly more, you have to optimize your communication. It shouldn't be too much so that they feel that you're unnecessarily bothering them. It shouldn't be too less that they feel like all you were interested in was in sales, and since you have got it, you have forgotten about them.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So even this is for after the sales. Even for before the sales, it shouldn't be too much bothering. It should be just enough so that you have their interest maintained in your product.
Mm-hmm.
Other ways businesses could maintain customer loyalty is customer service.
Uh-huh.
So good after sales service. Hopefully, if you're asked to explain these points on your own, you would be able to. I'm just writing the headings.
Okay.
Uh, then, the more personalized you make your product, so personalization. And the last thing is that if you have them, or if you give a group of them Preferential treatment.
Preferential treatment. Isn't that segregation?
Segregation? What segregation?
No, I didn't say that. Who said that?
Okay, nobody did. Okay, so these are a few strategies that you can employ to gain and maintain customer loyalty.
Yes.
Shall we keep it till here for today? And
Okay.
inshallah, we resume tomorrow. All right.